guys, welcome to Auckland Zoo. I'm Rochelle, and with me today I have Lizzie and of course Burma. So Burma is our 32-year-old Asian elephant. So she's 32, and this makes her about middle age for an elephant, as they live to about 50 to 70 years old. And as I said, she's an Asian elephant. There are two different species of elephants. There's the African and the Asian. And the reason that we know that Burma is the Asian elephant is because she's a little bit smaller than her African relatives, and also her ears are a little bit smaller, as the Africans need really big ones so they can flap them in order to cool off. So those of you that were here earlier, you might have noticed we're having a bit of a play in the barn. We have our hoses attached to nice warm water, so in the winter it can be really nice for Burma to have a bit of a hose off and a bit of a play in the barn. So you would have noticed that Lizzie obviously has a bit of a special relationship with Burma, and all of Burma's keepers here, they've worked really hard, sometimes takes years, in order to get a relationship that has trust so they can work with Burma and teach her some of these behaviours. So elephants are really intelligent animals, and Burma knows about 50 to 60 behaviours. Teaching her these behaviours gives us the opportunity to have a bit of a play in the barn like we were doing, and also make sure that she's really physically active and mentally stimulated throughout every day here to make sure she's a nice, healthy little elephant.
Okay.
So at the moment, Burma's laying down in the sand. This is actually how elephants sleep. Some people have the misconception that they sleep standing up, but no, they actually lay down on their side. However, it does look a little awkward, or it can look this way, just because they're so large. Burma weighs about 3,360 kilos, so that's a lot of pressure on all of her internal organs when she lays down like this. So for this reason, elephants can't sleep more than about 2 hours on each side. So when an elephant goes to sleep, lay down on one side, it'll say about 1.5 to 2 hours on this side, get up and have to switch sides and hop down on the other side. So in a night, elephants will generally sleep between 2 to 6 hours, and Burma averages about 3 to 4.
It might give you the sound.
We actually have cameras throughout all of Burma's paddock and in the barn. So in the morning, the first thing we'll do, we'll come in, we'll have a look at these cameras, and we'll watch what Burma got up to during the night. And we'll count how many hours she slept. So if we know that she's only slept about maybe 2, she might be the most agreeable elephant that day. So Burma just had a nice warm hose off. We got her skin nice and clean. So of course the first thing she wants to do as soon as you get her clean is get as dirty as she possibly can again. This is a natural behaviour. Burma would have learned this from her mum at a really young age. And this is actually part of elephants' skincare regimes. So elephants are really good at looking after their own skin. In the wild, elephants will travel in family herds to a nearby water source about once or twice a day. And they do this, have a swim, get themselves nice and clean, and it can also be a nice time to cool off. They'll do this in fresh water, salt water. Some elephants have even been found about 80 kilometers offshore, just having a swim. Not even worried. So despite their large sizes, they're really good swimmers. So after they have a swim, they'll come back and they'll look for some sort of substrate. Burma likes sand. However, she can also do this with dirt and mulch, and they'll do this behavior called dust bathing. So they'll grab it with their trunk and they'll throw it all over their bodies. So the purpose of this is actually like a sunscreen. So Burma has a bit thicker skin than us, but it's still susceptible to the sun. So putting a layer of substrate on her back prevents her from getting any sort of sunburns. And it can also deter things like insect bites that might be a bit of a nuisance to her. So Lizzie's giving you a look inside of Burma's mouth. Burma only has 4 teeth. Doesn't sound like a lot, however each one's about the size of a house brick and weighs about 1 kilo each. So they're very large, and they're the molar teeth that we have. So Burma eats about 150 kilos of food a day. So she likes to eat things like Phoenix palm, horned baked pig, and a lot of bamboo. However, an elephant, a large bull elephant, an Asian one, could eat about 300 kilograms of food a day. So these teeth are in constant use, and for this reason, they get worn down quite a bit. So you and I, we'll go through 2 sets of teeth in our lifetime, our baby and our adults. However, Burma, she'll go through 6. So we have to keep Burma's days really busy to make sure she's mentally stimulated and also really physically stimulated. Make sure she's exercising all those muscles. So we have a couple of things we like to do every day. One of these things is give Burma a nice scrub. We'll probably be giving her a bath after lunch, about 1:30. So to give her a bath, we take her in the barn, we lay her over, and we get some nice brushes, and we'll give her a nice scrub all over her skin. This helps help us keep Burma clean, and it also has a couple of other uses. You might be able to tell Burma's covered in a layer of hair. So Burma's covered in a layer of hair, and just like us, these hairs can easily become ingrown. So giving her a nice scrub every day, make sure this doesn't happen.
Oh, too many sand.
Another good use of a bath time is being able to check Burma over. So having her over on her side gives us the opportunity to check over all of her skin and make sure everything looks as though it should. Burma can do a bit of landscaping, change everything around, throw some logs and rocks around to make the other animals a bit mystified when they come back as to what's happened to their enclosure. Another thing we can do for exercise for Burma is pushing logs and rocks around the paddock. There's a log in this paddock that weighs about 4 tons. So that's a lot heavier than Burma, but Burma can push it no problems. So doing this activity, it's really engaging Burma's trunk muscles, all of her stomach muscles, and her leg muscles. So in the wild, it wouldn't be in the nicest of terrains. They'd be in really uneven forests of Asia, trying to hunt down food, going over lots of slippery banks and such like this. So elephants are kind of built for awkward terrain and being able to get themselves over unusual areas. So during this, Burma's using her trunk, and the trunk is sort of the powerhouse for the elephants. They have about 100,000 muscles in their trunks. So they use this, they have to rely solely on their trunks for grasping food, pulling it, breaking down trees, pulling branches, helping them feed themselves. So on the end of Burma's trunk, if you look closely and get a bit close to her, you might be able to notice she has a bit of a protrusion on her dorsal side. And this sort of acts like a really sensitive little finger. So studies have shown it's about as sensitive as the lips on a primate. So using this little protrusion, she's able to locate and pick up just a small raisin on the ground. So relative to her size, that's really precise.
Okay.
So just by being here today, you're already helping these guys out, because some of your ticket goes directly to Auckland Zoo's Conservation Fund. And one of the programs that we have in this Conservation Fund is the Schools Awareness Program in Sri Lanka. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to break the stigma in children that elephants are something to be feared, something that you don't want to have around, and sort of change it into something that, to give them the idea that elephants are something to be treasured and something that we can hopefully keep around with us and be able to live alongside them quite happily. So what we have here at Auckland Zoo is a bit of an unusual situation, as Burma's on her own. Usually elephants would live in family groups made up of females, and the bulls would live solitary lives, roaming a bit separately to the family groups. However, we're really happy that's about to change. We have a new elephant, an 8-year-old juvenile, and her name's Anjali, and she's currently in Nui right now in quarantine. So if you go to the TV over there, it'll have a bit of a TV show showing you Anjali's journey and the trials and what she's going through to get from an orphanage in Sri Lanka over to Niue in quarantine. And then finally, she's going to arrive here June, July. So we're all really excited about that. Thanks for coming along, guys. If you have any questions, me and Lizzie will be hanging around to answer anything for you. Other than that, have a good day.